to Lizard Lounge experience.
Right, so welcome to the Lizard Lounge. This has been a lot of people have been asking for this, really, haven't they? It's like on lives and stuff like that. It's been a long time coming. Basically, what this podcast is going to be about. Obviously, we want veterans on here, but we also want public services, like people that are in the police, firefighters, doctors, nurses, paramedics, fucking civil servants, TA, RAF, anyone. Just get you
the Navy.
Yeah, even the Navy. Of course, you want a fucking Navy pod in here, don't you? But so a bit of insight of who we really are. So I met Steve through battalion in the Welsh Guards. So myself, I served from 2017 to 2021. Steve, you served from 2016.
2016, yeah, to 21, yeah.
Yeah, we met in Afghan in 2018 on Octoral 6, where I was a BCR, battle casualty replacement. Then we started dating. I got on one knee, proposed, and then we had
a good... yes, no?
You said yes.
I said yes, so both of us were going at it.
Yeah, in the block. Didn't tell our missuses or anything like that. Just
wow.
We also had fucking Leroy coming in as well.
Yeah, fair one. Big Leroy.
Big Leroy. Right, I'll pass this over to you now, Steve.
Yeah, so my name's Stephen. I am Just Veterans on TikTok. I joined in 2016 and I left in 2021 due to
circumstances.
Yeah, that, yeah. So
see, we know each other so well. We take the words out of each other's mouths. You know what I mean?
Yeah, put the pen in them.
You're not meant to say that.
As Luke said, we met in Afghan. We didn't really know each other before that. We started speaking. I think we were in the same section, weren't we?
Yeah.
Towards the end, though, you came. Again, it wasn't 2018. It was an Octoral, so basically it was a holiday. We were there, getting a tan, sucking on shishas, drinking alcohol-free beers,
and each other.
And that's it, really. It wasn't. The threat was still there. Don't get me wrong, but we were there just a GA.
Guardian Angel.
Yeah.
Right. So So this tour was basically just staggering on Guardian Angel, then. But I wasn't there for the staggering on part because. So when I joined battalions, I was with 2 company, and then at the very end, before they were about to deploy, they basically chinned me off, and 2 others. Because I didn't have a Cat C license. But here's what gets me a lot, right? So there were crows that joined fucking battalion 6 months after me, and they still got to go out there with 2 company. They didn't have Cat C or anything. So I was really confused about that. I was like, all right, why is he going before me?
Because you're a lizard. That's why you're on the Lizard Lounge.
Yeah. Well, actually, I didn't tell you that. I got told I was a shit soldier. That's why. By someone from 2 company, a section commander. But that's when my fucking career started, like, my motivation for the army just started going down rapidly, mate. I was like, fuck this, I don't want to fucking be here anymore, this is shit. Like, I got on a drums course and I fucking RTE'd myself, didn't I? I was like, it's fucking shit this.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, I RTE'd myself, I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. I wanted to join Pioneers and shit, and then as soon as I got told that, then my fucking head went up my arse, and then I was sick at home for a year.
I'll tell you what, let's not speak about that. Let's not speak about that for now. Let's speak about the good moments. Okay. Let's speak about the good moments. How was training for you?
Training was... It made me into a better person, in a way. Because when I went in, I was a bit shy. I was a bit... don't get me wrong, when I got to battalion, I was still shy, but I wasn't as shy before I joined. Because at the time... I wasn't having like a good relationship with my dad. Like, he'd fucked off for years, but he's back in my life now the past few years. Like, but I didn't really have any of that growing up. So my section commander, Carlos Holden, shout out, basically took me under his wing, and he made me into, I wouldn't say wouldn't say a better man, but he turned me in for a boy to a man. Do you know what I mean?
You know what? I think training does that too. When you get to battalion, you do start off a little bit timid, don't you?
Yeah, obviously.
Because obviously you're in a new surrounding, you're with new people, but once you've been in exercise with the group of people that you work with, you become so close to them that when it's time to, like say, go and exercise, you've got that confidence because they're there for you as well. You know that they're not there to take the mick out of you. They're there to actually help you and make you be a better soldier as well. So actually, when you get to battalion, you're basically still in training. They're still helping you.
Yeah. Why did you join the army, Steve?
Well, I've always wanted to join the army. Turned 16. As soon as I turned 16, I was like, yeah, I'm joining the army. But then I saw they had to spend so long in Harrogate, and then I thought to myself, oh, do I really want to do that? I'll wait till I'm 18. I'll tell you what, I'll wait till I'm 18. As soon as I turned 18, I decided, right, that's it. I'm going to go for it now.
Because you went not long after your brother, didn't you?
Yeah. So me and my brother did. We did.
Shut up, Smock.
We did a lot of things together. To be fair, we went on an insight course first, which was a week long. Actually, I got jacked on, to be fair, because we were living in Wales at the time, and we went into a shopping centre, and there were two guys stood there, recruiters, obviously, and they were like, "Oh, you look like young, solid men."
Are you sure you weren't Navy?
No, you would be great soldiers. Why don't you enlist? I was like, oh, that sounds amazing. I've always wanted to join the army, and my brother did as well. I was like, oh, great. So as we were signing, they were like, what you're going to do is you're going to go on this insight course for a week first. I was like, oh, yeah, so why not? So we went on that together, and we thought that it was literally a part of joining the army. Yeah. So we went full RoboGen on our heads.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. We
I didn't know this. I genuinely didn't know this.
Yeah. No. I got pictures. I've got really old pictures, but before we went, there was 3 of us doing it because we were living with this lad at the time, and I shaved my head. I was like, yeah, I'll shave your head as well. And the other lads, we shaved it as well. We'll all go together and we'll do the same thing. And we went there and everyone's got proper decent hairdos. I was like, oh my God, and you see the size of my ears as well. Look. I mean, do you know what I mean? So my ears were like twice the size as they are now because I've got a bald head. So we went there. We were stuck there for a week. And don't get me wrong, it was good. It was a little patrol out. We all had wooden weapons because we're weapon handling trained. Little patrol out with wooden weapons, one night in the field, a tab, a PT session, everything basically you're doing basic training, bar from ranges, stuff like that, as much as you can fit in a week.
Yeah.
It was decent, to be fair. Yeah, he got in first because he knew where he was going, and then I got jacked on. My candidate support manager rang me and was like, oh, because I was joining the Welsh Fusiliers at first. He was like, oh, why don't you go Welsh Guards? I was like, sounds like a good idea. Yeah, why don't I go there? I'll go there. And then I got there and figured out that you had to shine boots, polish belts, and
did you not message your brother and say what's it like?
Of course I did. He said, oh, it's the best thing you'll ever do.
To be fair, his kit was always gleaming, wasn't it?
Yeah, he jacked on me as well.
You got jacked on by your own brother, mate. How do you feel?
I've been out since 21, so 3 years, just over 3 years I've been out. And it's so hard to adapt to a normal job, and I'm still finding it hard now. I didn't get any help from the army when I left, which I can guarantee almost no one ever does. Been hopping from job to job to job. I've just recently not long come out of the prison service, which I thought was decent, to be fair. But then, again, I just still couldn't adapt. I've tried signing up for the reserves. I've been refused because of the tattoos on my neck, even though I was in with them before, and they've never affected me doing my job. But the rules have changed, and the people that change the rules are civvies. And because I've got tattoos on
Capita or a load of shit, mate. The shit, I've seen some fucking cringe. I've seen some bad recruitment things now. For, people sending me messages and that oh, I can't get in because of this, and there's such little things, mate, and I mean the tiniest things ever. I'm just there why the fuck has why the fuck's the armed forces recruited these people? I don't understand why they recruited civvies. That's like me now, yeah. That's like me being a recruiter for fucking plumbers when I've got no fucking plumbing experience. You know what I mean? I've never fitted a bathroom in my life.
Yeah, one of the biggest things that does my head in, right, is so they're refusing me for having tattoos on my neck because they're on show above my collarbone. So you're not allowed tattoos above your collarbone anymore and on your right hand because it's the hand you salute with.
Yeah.
Yet there are still people in with tattoos on the neck and tattoos on the right hand. But they have now allowed beards in the army. Now, a lot of people are like, yes, beards, great. But a beard can affect you wearing your fucking gas mask.
Right, so this is my argument with beards, right? So, whilst I'm all for it, I personally think it looks scruffy whilst you're on doing ceremonial stuff. Unless you're a pioneer sergeant. I just think wearing a curb chain with a beard on. Yes, we used to do it back in the fucking Boer War, but this is the 21st century. But I may get people messaging me now saying, "Oh, your argument for beards is stupid. You know, fucking beards are the best." Whilst they might be, but I don't think. I think the only time you shouldn't be allowed a beard is on ceremonial stuff or operational requirements.
Exactly. Yeah, especially that because if you're getting chemical warfare or something like that, that seal with your beard,
yeah,
it's not working.
But
the seal's not working around.
Here's another argument I have as well. I spoke to you know who I'm on about there, yeah, in battalion, and he made a really good point. If we went to, so for example, we went to fucking Ukraine now and Russia started using fucking gas or anything like that, we'd be fucked, mate. We'd be fucked because the CBRN stuff is not. It's shite. It can barely hold against CS gas.
Yeah. So it's not just that, is it? So
because when you put
they were in chlorine bombs or something like that. Russia were using chlorine bombs, which the masks they don't even prevent chlorine.
Yes, something, and as well, do you know when you go in the gas chambers in training, yeah, you can start on the seal, you can feel your skin stinging, can't you? I'm just there is this actually going to work? Because yes, I can breathe, but this is actually burning my skin, and I've got a full fucking CBRN suit on, all that dib dab dob or whatever it's fucking called.
Yeah, it's not going to work. You're fucked. As soon as you get in chemical warfare, that's it. You're dead.
You're not going to fucking nuke goes off. Your fucking platoon block's going to go gas. Get your fucking CBRN suits off. No, mate, you're going to burn to a crisp, mate.
100%.
Yeah. Right. Anyway. So we've now had a bit of background about yourself. It's time I do a bit of background about me. So, the reason why I joined the army. So, same as Steve there, I'd always wanted to join the army from a very young age. Yeah, I wanted to join the army from a very young age. I did my application when I was 16, but I went on selection and found out I had a heart murmur. So I was like, what the fuck's a heart murmur? I said this to the med officers, what's a heart murmur? It's when your heart beats irregularly. I was like,
yeah.
Right, is that going to stop me joining? And he said, for now, yes. Right, so I can't join the army right now. I was like, yeah, I got to wait a year. So that's wait till I was 17, so I missed out on Harrogate, which is a good thing, because Harrogate's fucking, I think it's way too long. Especially if you got whereas Catterick, you just go there, get the fucking, you know what you're doing, you're in the same place for ages, and you know and you're doing your trade job. Do you know what I mean? So I went to Catterick at 17, Guards 19 platoon. Fucking changed my outlook on life, to be honest. It made me more grateful. I made mates that were fucking 10 years older than me, probably, and I was one of my best mates in training was a 30-year-old, and I was 17. Davey Wales. Shout out to you, but if you're listening, if you even know about me anymore, but yeah. So I joined battalion in August 2017, and then I was really keen. I was really loving it. It's I'm in the battalion now. I'm with the big boys. It was going alright. Did all the pre-deployment training that with 2 company. Went skiing in Austria. That was quite early. A few months later, we went to Germany to do like the simulation thing. I can't remember what the fuck it was. It was all a blur to me. And then I got told I wasn't going on tour with the 2 Company. I was like, all right, sick. I'll just be a BCR. So I was on the ROG for a bit, for about a month or so. And then whilst you lot were coming back from R&R, I get called up to the Company Sergeant Major's office, said, yeah, you boys are going to Afghan. You got 4 days, take your buys and all that shit. I was like, sick. And then I just finished the rest of the tour with you lot, didn't I?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. To be fair, it was like I say, it was alright. It was basically an holiday.
Yeah.
And another thing, there you go. That thing there, I was going to mention it earlier. We can mention that we've been to Afghanistan 2018. It was an optoral, and we can say that it was a holiday. But you'll get these lads that have been in 10, 15 and 20 years going, you haven't done a real tour, you haven't been Herrick, you haven't done this.
So yeah, nice one, mate. I can't control when I was born. Fuck it, yeah, nice one, mate. Oh, what's that, mate? Oh, you were in Bagstad when I was in my dad's bag. Fuck yeah, nice one. I was in the playground.
Yeah.
I was in the playground when you were in the dead ground. Nice one, mate. Cheers, pal.
Yeah, that's it, innit? I was like,
annoys me that. I'm just there like, can't control when I'm born, mate.
What do you want me to do about it?
Yeah.
What do you want me to do about it? I tell you what, I'll fucking grow up quicker, shall I?
Yeah. I'll fucking lie about my age, shall I? But yeah, so then I came back, went on a drums course for like a month, fucking RT'd myself, because it was shit. Then I was in battalion, doing all ceremonial Gucci shit.
Did you have a good time in battalion?
Yeah and no. So the shit that we used to get up to as well, like in the block parties, right? Let me tell you a story about Steve, right? So they had just come back from their leave, yeah, after the tour of Afghan. It's just before the Christmas break, right? Fucking, we're having like a free company support block. Everyone's having a fucking sesh, yeah, and I mean a fucking. You know exactly what I'm saying now, don't you? We're having a massive fucking sesh, right? This bellend here, right, fucking drives bear in mind, he's fucking half cut, right? He drives his car from support company block to free company block, yeah?
It was only 20 metres away, if that.
It was 20 metres. and then like fucking, I see his car running, I'm thinking, oh, Steve's probably just in there. And then I just go back and I have a few more drinks with the boys and that. I come out for a flag. The car's still running about half hour later. I was like, what the fuck's going on in there? Steve, right? His head is on the fucking steering wheel. Fucking, his door's open. His door's open, yeah? And he's like, I was like, Steve, you alright? He's like, So I was like, boy, someone give me a hand here. So we had to drag you to the fucking...
It was you and Alex.
Yeah. So we dragged you from your car to our fucking showers to wake you up a bit. We were slapping him and everything. He wasn't waking up. So then we were there like slapping him at the time to wake up because we thought he was fucking gone. Like bear in mind, I'm half cut. He's fucking almost dead.
I've never been.
Alan Cayley's there like, he's not dead yet, is he? I was like, no. So we dragged. So did you stay in my room? I swear you stayed in my room, or was it?
No. So you tried putting me in bed, and I didn't want to get in bed. I stayed on the floor. It was comfier on the floor, like because the bed was. The bed, I swear to God, the bed was too comfy. I thought it was giving me motion sickness, so I thought to myself, I need to stay on the floor. Like, Grimshaw, you'll get in bed. I was like, oh.
Yeah, he was literally like, I don't want to get in bed. And he literally drags his fucking quilt and brings it on the floor. And me and like fucking Leif are like, yeah, we'll look after him. So we put like a bucket, like a fucking his bin next to him, like.
You know what? That's one thing the boys will do. If you've had a rough night, they'll look after you. They took me to the toilet and everything. They took me to the toilet. I was thrown up. They took me to my room. They put me to bed. The next morning, well, not even the next morning. The same night, they took my clothes out of my room. They took my boots. The next morning, like I walked out. I was looking for my clothes because I couldn't find my combats. And Will was in his room ironing them and polishing my boots for me. I was like, you fucking legend.
You easy cunt.
And I was on, so that was the next day. We're obviously on parade as well, and that was when Senior Rob come out. Everyone was on parade. Senior Rob came out late, and he came out with his hands behind his back. He goes, "Stand still, everybody, stand still."
I remember that, yeah.
Not one of the fucking senior mods or NCOs said anything to him because he knew full well that if any of the senior mods said anything, it had kicked off. Everyone was pissed, mate, on parades, and everyone was still pissed.
Did I tell you about the time when I was on the ROG and we had a little fucking sesh in my room, and I was half cut in front of the PTI, and I mean like a sesh, like not just drinks, put it that way. It's a snesh, mate, a snesh. So we had strength and conditioning, yeah. So it was like stretching and all that shit, yeah. And I was fucking front rank, yeah, mate. I was gurning my tits off, mate. I was like that, yeah. Like two like lance sergeants, yeah. I'm just looking, mate. Everyone was looking at me, yeah. And then fucking Luke Lewis is there, like, Rob, you alright or what? I was like, huh? Mate, my fucking eyes are the back of my head, yeah. So then one of the fucking lance sergeants, he pulls me aside. He's like, mate, go back to your room. I was like, what? So,
do you remember when they all went to church that day? And I hid in the block, and you come and sat in my block, and we watched the film.
yeah.
Like, do you remember?
Yeah.
Everyone was on parade, and they started marching off. And you were like, "What are you doing here?" I was like, "I am not going with them, mate. I am not going with them." And it was like, "Well, what are you going to do?" I was like, "I'm going to fucking sit down and watch TV if you'd like to sit in my room and watch it with me."
Okay.
Yes.
Hello. I'm not working tonight, mate. It's tomorrow. I'm on Wrexham. I'm there in the morning. I am, yeah. Yeah, I'm off today, yeah. And then I'm in Monday AM. All right, see you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Bye. Fucking, I'll shut myself then.
Thought you were in work.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Is that not in work? Oh, yeah, do you remember the time you came back, yeah, from exercise because you biffed it like fuck? Right. I was on camp because I had a few. So I missed out on this exercise because I had a few appointments and that, yeah. So I stayed on camp. I remember I was there chilling. What time was it? It was about 5 o'clock. Just been knocked off for the day.
Yeah, evening, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I was just there chilling out, and then fucking I heard. Do you like when you hear the fucking passcode being typed in on the door? Yeah, I was like, who the fuck's coming in here? Because it was just me in the room, right? And it was him. I was like, what the fuck are you doing here? It's like, right, I've just been fucking pulled off exercise because my what was up with you? Fucking. It
was my hay fever, but I played on it massively. So we got an exercise. We were there for about 2 or 3 days, and we'd set up a harbour area, and I was sat there. I was like, we don't want to do this. And Durkin was sat next to me. He goes, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Mate, I'm signed off." I was like, "Why the fuck do I want to be on exercise? I want to go home." He was like, "You're not getting off this. It's 2 weeks long, lad." I was like, "Nah." I said, "I'm getting off this." He said, "You're not." I said, "Watch this." And I got grass, right, and flowers. And I just rubbed them. I rubbed them in my eyes, and my hay fever went mad. I was like, oh, I couldn't see out my eyes. And I went to the tent because the medics had a tent up. I was like, "Sir?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, my hay fever's played up, so I said, "I can't stay here." My eyes were closing, and they were like, oh, yeah. So they put me in the back of the BFA. And they laid me down, and they were checking me over, and they were like, "Have you got any scratches in your eye?" Oh, I was like, "Yeah, it feels a little bit sore." Do you know what I mean? And they were like, "Oh, we're gonna have to send you back to camp to go to the med centre and get them checked over." I was like, "Oh, I really wanted to do this exercise as well." I was like, "That's a shame." And then they sent me back, didn't they? And as soon as I got back, obviously that's when you saw me, and I said to you, I goes, "I am going home," and you were like, "What?" I was like, well, everyone on the exercise thinks that I'm in camp, and everyone in camp thinks that I'm on the exercise, so I'm going home. So do me a favour, and if anyone asks about me, ring me and I'll be back. Yeah. And not one person asked, did they, for about...
Mate, right, lads, he was flapping, right? He was messaging me about every 2 hours, yeah? Even at fucking 3 o'clock. Like 3 o'clock in the morning as well. Everyone asked about me. Everyone asked about me. It's like, no, mate, fuck it, I'm going to bed. Leave me alone. I've got an appointment tomorrow. Do you remember the time you fucking convinced Thingy to take to take you home. For me to take you home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
My partner had an accident, didn't she?
Yeah.
And I had no way of getting home because I got a lift up here. I literally come in, I was like, boys, who wants to go home? And they were like, what do you mean? I was like, last chance, who want to come home? And you were like, me. I was like, yes, come on then. And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, well, basically what it is I need to go home. I've got no car to get home because I had a lift up here. I need someone to drive me home. And I was like, but he needs to stay this. I was like, come on, lad, you've got nothing on this week. I was like,
mate,
he was like, oh,
he
yeah.
was,
but he was saying no at first, wasn't he? So
yeah.
I took him to the fucking I took him to the CSM, and he was like, yeah, take him.
Yeah. It's like, oh no, but I need the lads here. It's like, no, you don't. He always tried to fucking be like, oh, I need them here for this god, that god. Mate, you've got fucking a whole platoon there, full of bods. You don't need a whole platoon on a fucking guard mount.
I kicked off at him one day, you know. So we were on Toro at the time, yeah.
Yeah.
So as we were on Toro, we were on the ranges, but it was what are they called, little plastic paintball rounds kind of thing.
Simunition.
We did simunition, and I had him in the pistol, and Senior Rob was stood there, and he turned around, and I just aimed my pistol at fucking Senior Rob, and I went bang 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 up his ass. Yeah! I pissed myself laughing. Walked around the corner, pissed himself, saw it was me, and then he was like, you this, you that, do you know this is a firing range, this and the other, you just shot him, you could have killed him. I was like, look, we know it's... I kicked off blind, I was like, shut the fuck up. I said, you were laughing before you came round the corner. I was like, no, I wasn't, he said. And even, do you remember Sim?
Yeah, Sim Owls, yeah.
Yeah, he said to me, he said, Grimshaw, don't, it's not worth it. I was like, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Been in 18 years and fucking got one medal.
Yeah, and he's a fucking... He was a fucking bandy, wasn't he? Right, we should really censor his name out because, you know, I don't really fancy getting a fucking message off people saying, how dare you fucking disrespect this, that, and the other. So, just a bit of a... I'm briefing you up there. Fucking get a grip of this fucking editing. Censor people's names out. So what's your future goals then, Steve? What do you want to achieve in the next 2 years?
To be fair, I'd like to go a little bit self-employed, just buying and selling, or maybe start my own business up.
Like what?
But like I said, whether that be buying and selling things, or I'd like to open, in the long run, I'd like to open a dog shelter.
To be fair,
so
I can see you doing that.
Well, you know yourself, I love dogs. If I had the money, that'd be it. I'd be adopting every dog, putting them in a shelter, looking out for them as much as I could.
Yeah.
What about yourself?
Well, I'm working security now. I'm just doing like doors and fucking, you know, the job I've been on recently where, you know, there's a threat of getting stabbed. So there's that, yeah. I like it, but it's not what I wanted to do for like fucking years. I want to sort of use this as like a sort of stepping stone, and then try and get myself into like maritime security, like anti-piracy and all that stuff, because that's fucking... Oh,
you mentioned that, yeah.
It's fucking, mate, it's wild good. It's like fucking 60-70k a year, mate. You know what I mean?
It's crazy. I'd like to do a bit of CP.
Get your badge, mate. Honestly, you can apply for it through LCAS and that, yeah, or Job Centre. Just do like it's a 6-day course including first aid, and then you just fucking learn how to do doors, how to fucking do this, how to do that. Yeah, it's quite an easy. It's quite not an easy course, but it's a good course. That's what I'm doing at the moment, just working my ass off. Like, this is probably the first bit of content I've been making in weeks.
Would you recommend younger lads joining the army? So the age we joined, 17, 18. Would you recommend it?
In this day and age, I'm in two mindsets, because I can see why people don't want to join the army, because the way this government's been treating young people the past fucking 14 years, like, and now with Labour, I don't know how it's going to turn out.
like not government, but let's stick with
All
the basic training and the physical, mental, health, that side of stuff.
You know what? Yeah, I'd say yes, but on the other side, I can see, because there's a big mental health crisis of young people now, like more than there's ever been, because of the way the world is at the moment. It's shit. I'd say if you've got nothing to go for, if you've got nothing going on for you, you're just sponging off benefits. You can't see your life going anywhere. You don't have
of course.
Then the army is probably the best option for you, because I know lads personally that have had really shit backgrounds, like to a point where like they were getting in trouble with the police all the time, or they were doing like illegal stuff. And joined the army and it turned their fucking life around, mate. I know someone that's fucking started their own business, mate. You know what I mean? And he came from absolutely fucking nothing, and he joined the army for 6 years, did his time, got all the qualifications he needed to, and then he's doing really well for himself. But like that aspect, yeah. If you've got nothing going for you, if you've infantry, if you've got no qualifications and infantry. But if you do have some sort of brain cells, like working parts in your brain, then you can tap forward assist into like different other regiments. Like fucking engineers, Intel Corps, fucking Remy, fucking there's loads you can do.
I'll second that. I'll second it, but just be prepared for your mental health.
Yeah,
it'll change massively and it'll affect you massively as well.
Because there's a lot of boys that won't fucking say anything about their heads, mate. I'm getting messages daily of like lads fucking struggling all the time. It's these are lads.
I want to make this page as well a massive thing to do with mental health, because you've been through it, I've been through it, and we've both had them demons telling us to do naughty things.
Yeah, naughty.
And we've both, come out on the other side, thankfully, because we speak to each other. Do you know what I mean? We've both been through it and we speak to each other about it, and it's nothing to be embarrassed about at all.
No.
A lot of people and a lot of blokes, I can guarantee you, won't speak to anyone about it because they think it's a weakness, and it's not a weakness whatsoever. You need to find someone that you trust, sit them down and just say, look, I'm struggling, and I can guarantee you they'll listen to you. Rob's the same. Luke, cheers Dits. He'll sit down, he'll listen to people. I'll do the same. All you need to do is message the page. I've been through it, been in the dark places. It doesn't go away. We still struggle. He still struggles. We speak to each other on a daily basis.
I think a bit fucking too much at times. Just every fucking morning there's a voice note from him, saying, "What are you doing? I'm in fucking work, mate."
He's a blowjob. No, I'm joking.
After. Get your dick out.
But no, don't be afraid to open up to someone. If you can't open up to anyone, just give the page a message. Give the page a message. Doesn't have to be a voice chat. Doesn't have to be anything like that. Just a message.
Yeah.
And we'll message you back as well.
Hey, even fucking talk to the Padre.
Don't fucking talk to the Padre. He'll give you a sweet and touchy.
Fucking hell, God Squad's in here, hide the port! Yeah, fucking buddy system, boys. And girls.
Buddy system is the biggest thing.
Something that's fucking installed in you from week one, day one. Buddy system. I know it sounds cliche as fuck, but it's,
it doesn't just have to be the people that are still in, because it will affect you still. But the people that are out as well.
Yeah,
just think of the people that are around you that you've served with and that you still speak to. I've done the same thing.
Yeah, what, mate? When I came out, mate, I was fucked, mate. Like I was struggling like fuck. And
I know you were.
I didn't talk to anyone. I mean anyone. I was on my own. My ex just left me as well. I was there like.
I know sick. You were. I know you were. You spoke to me. You didn't speak to me about that. About like you were struggling, but you were speaking to me every now and again, and I know you were struggling.
Yeah, about fucking.
Like even like when you got to the gym, again, you knew you'd been through something because you smashed the gym. All of a sudden, you know, a couple of years later, you're struggling to get yourself back to the gym.
Yeah, I've not been in about a week though. To be fair, right. There's a cursed fucking video going around, right? And I've not fucking uploaded it whatsoever because this bellend here recorded it, mate. I was so scared. Like, I had no shoulders, I had no traps whatsoever. It was just, I was just like that, really, wasn't I?
You were a twig, weren't you?
Yeah, and now I've got like.
Yeah, you were flat all the way across, weren't you?
And now I'm fucking like.
You're a fucking unit.
Go to fucking sticks and what, lad? Right, so, I feel so sorry with whoever in the earphones right now. Let's go, fuck off!
No, fundamental outcome thing, I think. Buddy system, massive thing, isn't it?
Oh yeah, 110%. Right, so I've got some guests on the lineup. We will
be few guests.
Yeah, quite a few. I've been messaging a lot of people as well.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. If you've listened to it, thank you for watching as well. Again, I'm just Veterans.
And I'm Cheers Dits. And if you're fucking... I know who's listening to this right now. I know you're a squaddy doing your fucking ironing as well. You know, just fucking getting his admins, polishing his boots, squaring his admin away.
Make sure fucking creases.
Make sure Make sure there's no fucking tram lines in your trousers, lads, yeah? Right, anyway, lads, I'll see you. We'll see you later. Bye.